Oh, hi. I'm just eating a blueberry muffin because it is 10:40 and I still have not eaten today. So, yeah. Today's episode, I know, might look like a put together mess, because that's what I am right now. Yesterday on my way to work, I had a mental breakdown. Also, I didn't even get to the intro. Welcome to another episode of First Chances with Chance. And in today's episode, we're talking about mental health. I know, right? I've done a therapy episode, I've done burnout episode, but I've never discussed my actual mental health, especially when I have ADHD, anxiety, not, I wouldn't say social anxiety, it's just anxiety because I stress about a lot of stuff. It's a long story short, I have a lot of traumas throughout my life. So, yeah, let me just go ahead and finish eating this blueberry muffin real quick. And I love this necklace with the rope. Just saying. Wow, whoever told that yesterday told me that I am looking a bit more tan was right. Wow, I was out in the sun on Thursday with doing that photo shoot that I told you guys about, and then I was out at the beach on Friday. Probably at the beach for about an hour. I am honestly surprised that I didn't burn. Usually I burn. The last time, I can't really tell any color difference, but I was told the other day that I looked like I was Hispanic, which wouldn't be the first time, especially with the hair, like the dark hair, but it's from my mother's side of the family with the French Italian. Like, yeah, I have my mom's dark hair, like pigment, but then out in the sunlight, I also have my dad's like red hair. Like that red, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, speaking of which, I a hair salon reached out to me, but that's not here. That's neither here nor there because I don't even know if I'm getting the job. Um, but yeah, I've definitely, like I said, been going through some stuff. Oh, a lot of stuff. I'm going to be trying to get back into driving soon, so that will cut my commute and like in half or even more than that, especially if I do get a new job. I can get a job and like farther away and not just have to rely on a job close by. Like, yeah, it's convenient having a job close by, whatever, but like if I wanted to actually make some extra cash, I could. I know this, it was supposed to be about a mental health episode, but we gotta catch you up on a couple stuff. And I don't really talk to you guys about me personally. Yes, I know, I just whatever. About like what's going on in my life. A lot of the times, it just happens that a lot, and a lot of the times I just rush into filming an episode. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Let's get it done, type of stuff. I'm a work in progress. Okay, I've been, like I said, going through stuff. I've been in my head a lot recently, especially because I just don't I feel like I should be further in my life than I am, but then I have to bring myself down. I'm like, honey, no, you're at the point in your life where you're supposed to be. Not all the way 10 steps forward, 5 steps back. You're right where you're supposed to be. Everything is falling into place right where it's supposed to be. Yes, I know that I haven't been doing all of the ads like I used to. Yeah, I'll take breaks, but I've been editing a lot on my phone, and not remembering to put the ads in. So you guys have been getting lucky. I know that there's the ad in the beginning, so it's not. I don't like that they have the ad in the beginning. I'd rather have it spread out throughout the episode. Perhaps maybe even do a lot longer parts before the break, even. Just so that you guys aren't thrown into having a ad right there in the beginning and not no more. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes sense to have it out at the end, yes, but you guys, this is also a hobby of mine right now. So is YouTube, whatever. With the audio is where the ads get put in, whatever. I'm waiting for this podcast to get bigger before I do any looking for any sponsorships. And yeah, I've at one point I had a week where I got 70 listens. And I'm just like, wow, that's impressive. And I'm trying to get it back to that point because it was a lot and it not doubled, but it is where most of my, not income, I wouldn't say, but the commission from all the ads came from that whole week. Last year I made only $4. That now I'm at 8 something. Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about it, but it does go somewhere. If you're wanting to start a podcast, do it. Because it won't get to where it is, where you want it to be in the beginning, which is perfectly fine. Because don't beat yourself up. I have done, I was like, oh, my podcast is gonna take off right then and there. No, it doesn't do that. You have to advertise it. You have to, which also the program that I use allows for you to make ads. I just haven't gotten the chance to. I have to do a lot of stuff this week for the podcast, for all of the socials and everything. Even making another post about it will do, because I, for one, definitely have to stay up with that. School's been beating my butt, work's been beating my butt, and I've been letting a lot of stuff get to me. Not a lot of stuff, more my mental health, which we are still gonna have to talk about this episode. Yes, I know. Whatever. It's already been 10 minutes in and I haven't talked one bit about my mental health besides the intro. That is me building up to the part of the heart, the rough parts of having mental health. Worrying about your mental health is not worrying, but taking care of your mental health is definitely important. I, for one, need to go for a walk every single day to clear my head, get everything out. Even if I have a mental breakdown, that is perfectly fine, but not consistently. I've been having one every single week, which is definitely not healthy at all. But I'm gonna stop here. take a break, and then when I come back, we will be getting into my mental health, even possibly getting into some traumas that I've been uncovering recently. So I shall see you guys in a little bit. So back to what we were talking about. Also, if you haven't eaten today, go eat. I just posted on my story about that muffin before you saw me eating it, and was like, have you eaten today? No? Go eat right now. And also make sure that you stay hydrated, because that is very important for your body. I have been neglecting my body, which is probably why. I mean, like, it is depression. Not, I wouldn't say depression. It's like my bipolar disorder from not taking my ADHD medication, but we will get into that in a little bit. Because it's either really high highs, like right now, or really low lows, where I'm literally beating myself up, which it's not healthy. Like, yes, I guess I should take my medication, but I've been told, oh, you're gonna be on your medication for the rest of your life. So I've always been that type of person to go out of my way to prove somebody wrong. Like, if I could put up with this, like, it also is from work and all of that just getting to me. It is a lot that I do. I'm just looking right outside right now and looking at all these butterflies. Nature, gotta love it. But yeah, we've definitely been going through it. A lot of us have recently. I don't know if it's the whole entire cycle or something, the whole entire shift, but I had a really good shift. Like, everything fell into place, like, whatever. And then, of course, when I'm, like, busy and overworked and stressed, that's when everything just falls apart. I know that I do have trauma from past relationships. I don't even mean to cause them. It just happens. And I just end up having to go with the ride. What else? So yeah, on to the mental breakdown yesterday. I was about to say last week. Honey. Yeah, we had one last week, but we about to talk about the one yesterday. I was feeling numb from Friday into Sunday, not wanting to do anything. Like, yeah, I helped my family with the front stoop, but that was because I wanted to help. I didn't want to help. It was more the fact that I was out there, so I was like, you know what, whatever. But when the guy that I've been talking to was heading to my place to drop me back off after the beach and everything, I just felt this numbness. Like, I don't know. I just felt numb and everything. Like, yeah, I'd been with him. I was happy the day before. I was happy to be with him. I was happy to see him. Is my necklace on backwards? No. It's bad freaking say. It better be not on backwards. I literally did this in the Miwa. And like, I was fine when we were heading home. Well, not when we were heading home. The rest of the time that I was with him. But of course, right after we got off the turnpike, it just hit me. It was numb. I was like, I felt like I was gone. Like I had just left and wasn't coming back, type of thing. But yeah, that part. And then yesterday, I was like, I don't want my family, like, I don't like my family seeing me like this, that, and the other. So pretty much the way that I was feeling on the ride home, I didn't even want him seeing me, the guy that I've been talking to, seeing me like that. And so I just started tearing up and everything. Like, yeah, I was listening to sad music, not sad music, but like Halsey and all of those. Oh my god. Demi's new song that she did for one of the new movies that just came out. The song Still Alive, which is a really good song. It's just, it took over and I just started tearing up. And then I was talking to my friend and like, he asked me like, why did you have a mental breakdown? Like he had felt like that not yesterday, but on Saturday he had a mental breakdown and started beating himself up. So like, it kind of made me feel like I was the only one that's been going through it at work. But then I started explaining to him, I was like, I don't like my family seeing me like this, that, and the other, and I just started tearing up again. And so, like, yeah, I'm in a lot better mood today than I was yesterday. But for me, it's either really high highs or really low lows. And my joke with the guy that I've been seeing, because he's about to be working on his master's this summer for mental health. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, funny. Is that, oh great, you'll know how to deal with me. Which, yeah, it's sad to say that that's the truth, but if somebody's there with you for when you're at the lowest, then it'll be I don't know what I want to say, it'll be easier. I just want to say that it'll make the really high highs a lot better. Like when we were like, I slept over at his dorm and everything. I felt like he makes me feel secure. Like I don't know if this thing's gonna last. I don't know. The next time I see him, I do want to tell him that he made me feel secure and kind of protected. He is a like, yeah, he's very muscular, but at the same time, it wasn't about that. It was the fact that it was the way that he held me when we were uh about to fall asleep. It had a lot to do with the way that he just held me. Yeah, I do kind of spoil him a lot, but that's just my love language. If I'm to do anything, I'm going, like, even the last guy that I was seeing, when I was with him, I brought money to the concert on our first date so that I could have paid for all of our stuff. But of course, they weren't taking cash, they were only taking card. So when we went to the Kava bar after, I paid for all of our drinks there too. Well, paid for our drinks there, and I still would have. Like, I bought this, not the ex, but the guy that I've been talking to now, a shirt for anime night because he didn't have any apparel and he's trying to get back into anime. Um, the other day on Friday, I bought us food. Well, he wasn't hungry every time I wanted food, so I was like, you know what? Let me just say, I'll pay for food. That way, he can get food too. Like, at the same time, that's not healthy. Whatever. Whatever you guys want to say, I don't care. And then I also filled up half of his tank. It makes sense though for that one because he's driving all the way out to see me. So it is how I was raised. Um, he is still probably camping right now, so I haven't been able to talk to him since Friday. Well, Saturday when he was leaving. But yeah, it is now Tuesday, and and hopefully he is going to be back today. He said he's coming back Tuesday. I'm going to wait till tomorrow, possibly, to hit him up. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a quick water break and then be right back. Again, if you haven't drank any water today, it is, well, when I'm filming this, it is 11 o'clock. So go drink some water. A bottle, preferably, especially, well, if it's 5 o'clock, you probably still have your coffee, but make sure that you guys stay hydrated after you drink your coffee because coffee is a diuretic and it does dehydrate you. But yeah, I will be right back. So I'm back, and I already know that I finished that story of my mental breakdown or my mental break. I don't know. I would consider it a mental breakdown. So we're gonna go ahead and read an article and call it an episode. I think we've had 2 breaks. So we might have a 40-minute episode, which is perfectly fine. I do not mind. I've got to keep that bit there. Where is this? Let's see. It's from the CDC about mental health. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Although the terms are often used interchangeably, poor mental health and mental illness are not the same. A person can experience poor mental health and not be diagnosed with a mental illness. Likewise, a person diagnosed with a mental illness can experience periods of physical, mental, and social well-being. Let's see how long this article is. Oh, it's not too long. So yeah, this episode's not going to be too long. Why is mental health important for overall health? Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health. For example, depression increases the risk for many types of physical health problems, particularly long-lasting conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Similarly, the presence of chronic conditions can increase the risk of mental illness. Can your mental health change over time? Yes, it's important to remember that a person's mental health can change over time depending on many factors. I mean, look, I was in tears yesterday, and now I'm happy-go-lucky. Like, why is that? I know why, but I'm not gonna go and take, stuff for it. It's so weird because I'll take supplements, like beauty gummies and all of that, but I've always hated pills. I'd rather go with gummies. I mean, I guess you can always I don't know. Let's not talk about that. Let's finish this article. When the demands placed on a person exceed their resources and coping abilities, their mental health can be impacted. For example, if someone is working long hours, caring for a relative, or experiencing economic hardship, they may experience poor mental health. Yesterday, I literally had to say, look at your parents. They're still struggling, yes, but they've come a long way from where they started. And it's been slowly but surely, like it didn't happen overnight. I'm only 23. Yes, my mom moved out of the house at 18, but it was a lot cheaper to live when she was 18 and moved out of the house than it is now. I would not have been able to move out of the house. That is a guarantee. I would literally have to have a roommate. And there's not many people that actually support. I mean, there is a lot of people, but not a lot of people that support my, like, what I, like, my lifestyle, I guess you can say. Especially with all of, like, the makeup and all of that. But, yeah. And my curls are coming back gorgeously. He literally said that he could see me with a mullet. And I'm just like, excuse me? If I was to do a mullet, I would do a Miley Cyrus mullet. How common are mental illnesses? Mental illnesses are among the most common health conditions in the United States. More than 50% will be diagnosed with a mental illness or disorder at some point in their lifetime. 1 in 5 Americans will experience a mental illness in a given year. 1 in 5 children, either currently or at some point during their life, have had a seriously debilitating mental illness. 1 in 25 Americans live with a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or major depression. What causes mental illness? There is no single cause for mental illness. A number of factors can contribute to risk for mental illness, such as early adverse life experiences such as trauma or a history of abuse, for example, child abuse, sexual assault, witnessing violence, etc. Experiences related to other ongoing chronic medical conditions such as cancer or diabetes, biological factors or chemical imbalances in the brain, use of alcohol or drugs, having feelings of loneliness or isolation. Types of mental illness. People can experience different types of mental illnesses or disorders, and they can often occur at the same time. Mental illnesses can occur over a short period of time or be episodic. This means that the mental illness comes and goes with discrete beginnings and ends. Mental illness can also be ongoing or long-lasting. There are more than 200 types of mental illness. Some of the main types of mental illness and disorders are listed here. I'm not listing them off. So, yeah. If you guys have your own mental illness story or like story of like mental breakdowns or stuff, like me, like me, just text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram. Or if you guys watching the video portion, just comment down below. Bye guys! Love you!